Hello everyone, welcome back to GPL. This is week 2. Now this is actually a post game this time. I really would have loved to do it live. Unfortunately, it was during Thanksgiving break, and I was at my parents' house. So I could have recorded, I think, on my laptop, but I had to do a bunch of updating and I got too lazy to do it all, so I was like, yeah, might as well just do it post game. Who cares? It is what it is. So this week we're actually using our creation draft, which I know I briefly introduced last time, and I can pull it up right here. So Sparks. So this is our Mega Pachirisu, Mega Whimsicott team. It is kind of a troll team in a way, but I will say I wanted to have lots of fun with it, and I decided to try out some cool stuff like Chiyu, Rvsh, some of the big hitters like Godango. Tornti is also really nice as well. So this week we're going up against Willow Rush. Or Rvsh. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to be pronounced Rush. But he's got the Mega Infernape team, which was, very scary. And, he's got also some pretty nice tanks like Slowking, Dawnfan Fortress, Gudra. And then with the threats of like Scolipede, Slurpuff, Thunderous Eye, and Zorudu, we made it quite scary. When I was going into this, like for preparations, I was just thinking the entire time that I'm doomed. Like I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed. If not by Mega Infernape, then by the rest of his team. But before I guess I go into the battle, just a quick look over my prep for this week. I should move myself over here. So I got Mega Whimsicott instead of Mega Pachirisu. As much as I really wanted to bring Pachirisu, this match had such a good matchup for Mega Whimsicott. Just Hurricanes went so crazy here. So it outspeeds like Mega Infernape, because Mega Whimsicott has insane speed. Outspeeds pretty much everything, and I don't have to go a plus speed nature. I believe I don't need to. Yeah, I didn't need to, just because it's so fast. So like even with Mega Infernape with 100 to 18 base speed, I didn't need it. And then obviously it takes down Zorudu, and for Slowking, we have Giga Drain and Mega Whimsicott's the ability where if he uses a grass type move instead of grassy terrain, so I do more damage with Giga Drain. And the only big was is probably like Thunderous Eye, and we also just don't want to get paralyzed by it, so it's like that's the one thing we gotta like immediately skadoosh out of there when it comes in. And then I guess something like Rotom Frost is also scary, but that's just because Bolt Beam is already insanely strong. And then if anything else, is Gudra that could also tank it really well, but otherwise it hits everything really nicely. We're bringing Tornti, obviously, because this thing's just so good. With a nice Bleak Windstorm. It's also our main defogger for getting rid of hazards. And then our two main damagers here, Linder's Eye for the physical damage. With Terra Water, just to avoid stuff like Slowking's Scald, any ice beams that may come our way, and also Infernape. If it goes for a fire type move on us, we can just Terra, and then probably live a hit, and then just Earthquake, and then Chiyu here. I did go Substitute, even though I know that Mega Infernape has an Infiltrator, but the idea was basically trying to bait Infernape in, because Psychic does one-shot it. No matter, I'm pretty sure, unless it has just a lot of bulk, it should easily just one shot. Heavy duty boost just for hazards, And Glamora here, with the good old Corrosion, because, I don't think we needed Mortal Spikes, whatever the mortal thing was, just because the enemy has a lot of stuff, I can just easily get rid of Toxic Spikes, so it wasn't really worth bringing. But having Corrosion to poison Fortress and like Gudra would have been really nice. And also it's our Rock setter. It has Flying Terra, just to avoid Earthquake and get an extra hit in. I'm pretty sure Sludge Plum, it's a 2-hit KO and an Infernape, so it's nice. Mortal Spring to get rid of hazards. And last but not least, Godango. We went Okaberry, or I guess I went Okaberry, Thunder Wave, just deal with infernape, because if we can get paralysis on infernape, it's really good, because then Chiyu doesn't have to really worry about being outsped unless it has like Mach Punch, and then just the Hex to make use of it, recover for the recovery, and make it ring just for stab, big damage. But anyways, let's get into the match itself. This was a pretty good match. So I started off here with Mega Whimsicott just to get the the Mega off. I immediately switch out here, obviously, because I don't want to get messed up here. Also, I was expecting Thunder Wave, so you get that thing. I switched into Goudango because I didn't want to risk going to Landorus. I don't want to get hit by Blizzard, because he very well could have just gone for Blizzard since I had a Grass type out. So I go into Goudango, avoid the Thunder Wave easily. He goes into Gudra here, and I did paralyze it. This was kind of a bad play on my side, because I know in the back of my head I really need to be Poisoning Sting, and I was hoping that he could go into anything else but the Gudra, except maybe like Dongfan. But at this point I was like, maybe it isn't a horrible idea. Maybe paralyzing Gudra won't be the worst thing, but obviously we kind of wanted to have it switch in when I was using Glamora, so I can get this Toxicate and take it out quickly. But things happen. Here's where I make a horrible play. So I don't know what I was thinking. I was totally expecting something else. Basically the idea was, I bring out Landorus, he'd be like, oh, he's gonna go for a ground type move. I can't stay in. Let me switch down to like, I don't know, Thunderous or like the Rotom here. So I was like, I don't need to Terra here, right? So I just click knock off. I take out its Assault, and it just kills me with the Ice Beam. Now, I easily could have Terra'd here. I easily could have Terra'd, but I didn't, and I'm very embarrassed for that. I go into Chiyu here, just because like I kind of don't really have much else to deal with Gudra. So I think a good Lava Plume without its Assault Vest should be a nice 2-hit KO. I scare it off with Thunderous, and this is where I first get a substitute in, because I had a feeling it would switch out after just fear of my beautiful koi fish. Now Thunderous Eye here for some reason was physical. Now this Lava Plume is a 2-hit KO, but I didn't really want to risk taking too much damage, and also after it ate a Citrus Berry, it was actually kind of, I think, not in range anymore of another Lava Plume, so I didn't want to risk it. So I made a switch into Glamora here, since it was physical. I could probably tank it pretty well. I go into Glamora here, and I knew he was going to go into Gudra, obviously. So I just set up rocks. I can't Toxicate anymore, so I'm going to get up to rocks and just immediately skidoo out of there. I'm going to Tornadus, because I feel like with the Regenerator, it's a good way to tank hits. You take a fat Flash Cannon, and at this point I was like, oh, I see an Ice Beam coming. I got a Skidoo out of here, going back into Goudango. It gets paralyzed, so luckily I take less damage. I am a bit worried about this point, because I was like, oh, Goudango this thing could have anything just mess me up right now. It's got 4 attacks with Self-Vest, so So I get the Hexing, 47% damage. I was like, okay, that's enough to just kill it after one more turn. It shows up a knockoff. It does 46%, and it knocks off my Okaberry. It's like, okay, who cares? And I thought, oh, maybe if knockoff its only thing to hit me, might as well just heal up right now, right? Because I did bring Recover. So I heal up a bit, and then it reveals to have Flamethrower. I'm like, oh, okay, that's 55%. I gotta take this thing out now. It's gotta sack off Goudango off of this, but it's okay. Brings in Rotom Frost. Kind of really can't do much anymore. Just got to sack off Goudango, which is fine. At this point, he brings in, Slowking. Obviously, bring out Slowking. This is a really easy switch into my Whimsicott. Now, I was really worried that it could have like Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave, and also I expected it could use something like Chilly Reception, or just any kind of status. I just knew that whatever damaging move it had, I wouldn't be as worried about. I could always just heal it up or whatever. But the worst case scenario was it just using the status move that just really messes me up, especially Thunder Wave, because I need something to be able to hit Infernape. So here I go for Taunt, just because I'm expecting status move, and it uses Chilly Reception, so I did make that nice prediction. Goes into Thunderous. Luckily I got the rocks, and he revealed to have Citrus Berry, so he takes big fat rock damage, and I get the Giga Drain. Does a nice 20%, like half of its remaining health, and this is where I was reminded that my ability is Sense of Grass Terrain, because I completely forgot that was part of my ability until this game. And so I set that up to made it so it was a guaranteed kill Gigadrang. Now I was totally expecting him to go into Rotom Frost here because I'd be forced to switch up, but for some reason he did go into Mega Infernape. Now I think I get the process he was thinking here, where it's just all I had to do is just miss Hurricane, or I think also Hurricane might have not been enough to kill if I didn't have max special attack modest nature. But you know, with all that speed I had, there's no reason going plus speed unless I was expecting like a choice scarf, but I wasn't because I see everything. Anyway, it goes into Infernape. All I have to do is hit a 70% Hurricane, which I do, and Mega Infernape is down. The, you know, biggest threat on the team is gone. I'm looking at the rest of the team. I'm thinking, oh damn, Mega Whimsicott's about to pop off. The only thing, you know, scary is still Rotom Frost with a big fat blizzard. I see it coming in here, so I'm like, okay, I got Skidooda out because, you know, it could also go for Thunder Wave if they're not confident in the landing blizzard. So I switch to Chiyu, and you know, there it is, the Thunder Wave. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. This is, at this point I should have gone for Dark Pulse because I knew like Dark Pulse should have been able to 2-hit KO this Rotom anyways. But I thought, you know, just in case I decide to switch it, stay in, I wanted to the guaranteed one shot. You know, they go into Slicking. I'm like, whoops, well, bad on me, but you know, nice crit, 39%. But at this point, you know, I kind of made a bad play. So luckily, you know, I made the smart decision, just going back to Whimsicott, though a bit risky, but I was expecting it for it to go for Scald here. You know, it's getting nice free switching. He goes for Magica, expecting to Tomp. At this point, I was like, he's probably not going to go for a status move if he's expecting me to use Taunt again. So that's why I just went straight for a move. And then somehow he just pulls out Magic Coach, which would have been pretty heat if I actually did go for Taunt. But you know, at this point, I was expecting him to predict me to use Taunt. So that's why I go for Gigadrang. You know, get the pretty much guaranteed kill here. Get the big fast slow king out of here, and we still got, you know, the Rotom Frost threat here. You know, you turn out here into Chiyu, which I know I'm pretty much sacking off Chiyu here, but oh god, I feel it. My bad. Yeah, but I was feeling like that, you know, I wanted to preserve Mega Whimsicott because it is kind of my win con for, you know, Don fan. Even though like Tornadoes probably could have still beat it, I didn't want to take the risk, so going to G here, basically just sacking it off, as you know, Rotom Frost takes it out with Volt Switch. Because it's a Dom fan, but obviously I could just easily go into Whimsicott here, and you can't really switch out because then it put Rotom in range of just another kill. You know, get a nice Gigadrang, full HP. You know, the Ice Shard does basically nothing after those heals. Aggressive Terrain goes away, doesn't matter, just because it comes right back up. Right here, Rotom Frost comes in, and I didn't want to make the risk of going into Glimmora because I didn't think, you know, I'd be able to live like 2 blizzards or just 2 moves in general. So I stay in. Goes for Pain Split, and I just thought like, oh, I don't want a Gigadrang to not kill, and Pain Splits again, so let me just taunt. And he was able to predict me here and just get a nice blizzard. I don't think I made a bad choice there though, but you know, good prediction on their side. Take out my Mega Whimsicott, but you know, Mega Whimsicott was able to get a nice 4 kills, so I'm happy with it anyways. And, you know, just going to Torn T here to just end the game with a nice Heat Wave. And it wasn't even enough to kill. If that Blizzard did kill, I think Glimmora still won the game, but you know, it was pretty close in a way. Now I was really happy about winning this game just because I was not expecting Mega Whimsicott to be so good. I was not expecting it to pop up so much, but you know, it did. It overcame my expectations, and I'm really happy about it. So GG's to my opponent. Next game, I'm gonna try and get that to be a live game, so we'll see how it goes. Next week we are going up against Garrett, I think their name was, who is one of the admins in GPL. Now whether or not I should be worried or not, you know, I don't know. I just gotta do my best. I do kind of like my team on the standard draft, so we'll see how that goes, and see you guys next week. Bye bye.